Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for coming. So, before we begin the show, I just want to say, I know this mayoral election got very intense. I'm not going to say who I voted for. Doesn't matter now. But we are all New Yorkers, and now we owe Mayor-elect Mamdani the chance to lead, even though the Gaudi's and the Gambinos are going to eat him for lunch. Welcome to So Many Issues with Lucas! The beret's a nice touch. You've come on a very historic night. This is my first show for New York Comedy Festival. Thank you. This is my first show at Brooklyn Art House. And this is my first show ever in Brooklyn. I usually only ever perform Manhattan, but you know, the economy. This is a late night show and I'm your host, which in 2025 makes me a freedom fighter. I really just want to interview celebrities and have my own Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor, but whatever, I'll risk getting indicted by the Department of Justice, that's okay. It really is a great time to want to be in late night, isn't it? I feel like I arrived late to the orgy, and the only guy left is touching himself, and the house is on fire. This is the 22nd episode of So Many Issues with Lucas.
Woo!
Yes, and I had such a big guest booked, but just my luck, he died. I guess we'll never know if Dick Cheney's gonna watch the Vanderpump Rules reboot. But they probably have Bravo in hell, right? But then I went out to a lot of other celebrities and all their publicists responded, "What is this?" But that doesn't mean that you all should miss out. So here is, if I could ask one question. Malala, your new book was published on the same day as Kevin Federline's tell-all about Britney Spears. When do you think this ongoing rivalry between you two will end? George Santos, you're a narcissistic gay man who has scammed people as you pursued an unrealistic career and suffered no consequence for your actions. Game recognizes game. What if we did a road trip movie sponsored by Cameo? The mom for the Netflix documentary High School Catfish. Being a wife and a mother while pretending to have a job, while cyberbullying your daughter and her teenage friends. What's your advice to mothers who struggle with multitasking? Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. You want me to sing? Don't make me, I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason. We're running long? Okay, I'll go. Kim Kardashian, you recently said that you don't believe the 1969 moon landing was real because of what you saw on TikTok. Now, will you take this Tylenol in front of me? I don't think she would. Before we get to the serious issues, it's time for the Martini Minute. This is a shaken dose of pop culture with a twist. To get you through the news that makes you go, what? What is happening in Chicago? Anyway, Ryan Murphy's new legal drama, All's Fair, starring Kim Kardashian, debuted at 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. This show also stars Glenn Close. This is officially the worst thing Glenn Close has starred in since she lost the Oscar for the 8th time.
Fuck you, bitch.
Glenn, I was joking. People magazine named Jonathan Bailey the sexiest man alive. Yes, he did. And I know people feel like the media is capitulating to Trump, but let me just remind you, in 2017, People magazine named Blake Shelton the sexiest man. That was capitulation. 51 million people watched the Toronto Blue Jays lose to the Los Angeles Dodgers at the World Series. Good news for the Blue Jays, they'll never disappoint Canada as much as Justin Trudeau has. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm a gay millennial. I love Katy Perry. Whenever I get a guy's heart racing in my skin-tight jeans, I think of her. And after listening to her new single, Band-Aids, I support her career as an astronaut. Last week, I was walking down the street and this beautiful older woman was walking towards me, and I realized she was Jessica Lange. This has happened to me several times before. I always spot her, it's my special gift. And I politely stopped her and I said how excited I was that she is returning to American Horror Story. And then as she was walking away, I said, "You're the Supreme." And she turned around and said, the supreme. And then I went, and I combusted into glitter, and I reached gay enlightenment. I've never known peace like that ever in my life.